this is the CD portion of the tear that I've been on with Desert Rock this year. And CDs, while I like to have a redundancy, because I am still a person that loves iTunes and having an iPod and not just completely relying on streaming for the digital portion of my music listening, a lot of this stuff in particular is not in print, long out of print on vinyl. And so the records are just insanely expensive. And so this makes it accomplishable to actually hear everything that I was after. So these in particular, the Desert Sessions, are really hard to find on vinyl and really expensive. So I'm kicking it off with Desert Sessions Volume 1 and 2. And the way these work is each session is usually around 6 or 7 songs, so there's 2 sessions per CD. And we've got Desert Sessions 3 and 4, which has an early version of Avon, as well as Monster and the Parasol. And it's always cool to hear the evolution of these tracks and how early they were conceived, years and years before they came out on an official album. We've got Desert Sessions 5 and 6, and this one has Like a Drug, which wouldn't appear until Queens of the Stone Age included it on Lullabies to Paralyze as a bonus track. Desert Sessions 7 and 8, this actually I found at CD Trader in the Valley, and this did kind of kick off my Desert Rock tear that I've been on. This is the original Desert Sessions album I had back in the day. I saw them at Coachella 2003 and was hooked since then. This one I think is still my favorite just because it has the early version of I Want to Make It With You, and PJ Harvey's on this one, and with thrilling results. And then the most widely available Desert Sessions is Volume 11 and 12, and this features Jake Shears from the Scissor Sisters, and it's probably like the danciest of all of the Desert Sessions. Moving right along, we have the Queens of the Stone Age stack, which right off the bat, we've got the self-titled. This is the reissue. We got Rated R. This one came with a bonus disc with some B-sides as well, which is half the reason I'm into CDs. It's just that you can get a lot of deluxe editions that will have a lot of B-sides and extra tracks, which, I mean, coming up in the 90s, maybe that's what it is. It's just that that was the selling point for early music for me. So I'm addicted to bonus tracks still. The original, the gateway drug for Desert Rock and Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf. And then we've got Stone Age Complication, which is an EP of B-sides from that era, and it has a Kinks cover, a Subhumans cover, a Cramps cover, as well as a remix and a couple more B-sides. We have Lullabies to Paralyze, and I did get this in redundancy. This digipack on the bottom was the original version that I had back in the day, but it is beat the hell up, and I just really hate that. So this one also has the bonus track, Like a Drug, so now I can have the early Desert Sessions version of it, as well as the Queens of the Stone Age version. This is one of my all-time favorites from Queens of the Stone Age, and this is the deluxe edition. Has a couple of extra tracks on it, like Clockwork, Villains, which, you know, I've come around to. And then the Return to Form, which is in Times New Roman. It's pure Queens of the Stone Age. Especially on the production side, it really sounds like them. Eagles of Death Metal, Peace, Love, and Death Metal. This is so expensive on vinyl, so this is as good as it gets for now. I'll keep my fingers crossed that one day we will get a reissue of this. And then their follow-up, Death by Sexy, Heart On, Zipper Down, the finale for Eagles of Death Metal. I did pick up this live album from Amoeba. You know, they were infamously in a terror attack in Paris, and so this is their return to Paris to play the show that was interrupted, and it's really good. All right, now we are getting into the finale, which is the Mondo Generator collection. So we've got Cocaine Rodeo on CD, A Drug Problem That Never Existed on CD, which I think is my favorite, Dead Planet. This is a combo. So this is not only Nickel Laveri Demolition Day, but it does have a Mondo Generator EP as well. We've got the Dog Food EP, which I was thrilled about because Iggy Pop has been a big part of this year as well. So to have a crossover with Mondo Generator was thrilling. And lastly, Hell Comes to Your Heart. So the Mondo Generator collection's still in progress, but that's as far as I got this year.